Hi, I'm Riley Moynes, author of The 4 Phases of Retirement and its sequel, The 10 Lessons. We're speaking with people who are squeezing all the juice out of their retirement, people with widely divergent backgrounds, experience, and expertise, people with stories that can inspire and encourage you too to squeeze all the juice out of your retirement. Thanks for joining us for today's conversation. Here we go. My guest today is Gary Ward. His professional experience was concentrated in the area of distributing, installing, and servicing a product designed for saving energy costs in industrial applications, and he retired from this business about 15 years ago. Now, Gary has long been a keen and accomplished golfer, and he continues to golf regularly in retirement. He and his wife Nina divide their time between Michigan in the summer and Florida in the winter. And it's in our Florida community that I first met Gary several years ago. Welcome to the podcast, Gary. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us this morning.
Thanks, Riley.
Gary, I know that golf is one of your favorite activities, but tell us, if you would, how some of your golf partners encouraged you to get involved in other activities that are available in our community.
Well, first, I think it's important to know that at Spring Run, there are just so many amenities and opportunities that we can take advantage of. And golfing with some of these people who had already experienced some of these things led to my involvement in Bocce, for example. Bocce's terrific because you can do it as a couple. My wife and I, over the work years, didn't really do that much together because I was working pretty hard. So this is a special time that we can get together, have fun, join with other people, and it's been a real experience, I'd say, that we can do this together, a sporting event, no less.
Right.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a low-key sporting event, isn't it? But
Yes.
It's become very popular
Yes.
in our community. So what is there that you enjoy about it? What's the attraction?
Well, it's not so much winning or losing, which I'm a very competitive person, and it's amazing that this has kind of escaped me here. We don't have to win to have fun. So we're there, we're enjoying the competitors, we cheer on good play by the competitors as well as within ourselves. We get together afterwards sometimes for dinner, and it's just a great social event. So it's good to get together in that way.
Yeah. I know the Bocce involvement here in Spring Run has really grown. There was some real controversy about the installation of the courts a few years ago, but I think the people who are involved, there's a testament to the popularity that it's enjoying now, for sure.
Well, to that point, it is the single largest dinner event that we have at of any event, golf included. Oh. So Bocce is now the most attended.
I didn't realize that. When we first met several years ago, we were both involved in some long-range planning with the strategic planning group here in Spring Run. How did you get involved with that, Gary? Because you were involved even before I was.
You know, I'm not actually sure I can remember what motivated me to do this, other than encouragement from friends, golf friends as well. Mm-hmm. But I love this community. I've always been interested in seeing how we could improve the community, and I was encouraged to participate with this group that was looking into how could we make this a better community. Mm-hmm. So that led to getting involved in the strategic planning committee, and then we ended up going to a lot of the local clubs in Southwest Florida to see what they were doing good. Right. Could we incorporate those types of things into our community? And that's basically how it came about.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of a multi-year project that ultimately led to expansion of our clubhouse.
It did, and in fact, we learned a lot from the other communities, and we were able to cherry pick some of the best ideas they had and incorporate them into Spring Run, and it's been a rewarding exercise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And certainly, as I say, the results have been really outstanding for our club. Now, this year, Gary, I know that you are in charge of the Spring Run Tech Bar. Tell me about the Tech Bar.
Well, just to back up for a moment, we have a program at Spring Run called iLife. And if you look at our website, they describe iLife as an enrichment program created by members for members. So we've got all these different walks of life, and people volunteer their knowledge and experience, and others have interest in whether it be bicycling or painting. And my interest has always been in technology. And not the best technologist here, but I have a lot of curiosity, and I have confidence. And our concept in the Tech Bar is that anybody that has a question, a lot of people here at Spring Run are retired, they receive an iPad or they have an iPhone, and they're going, what do I do now?
How do I turn it on?
And we have had many technology classes over the years at Spring Run through this program called iLife, but we came to the conclusion that almost any question you have regarding technology can be solved by either a Google or a YouTube search. So I'm kind of facilitating that. So while I have more orientation towards Apple products like the iPad and the iPhone and the iMac, if it's an Android, it doesn't matter. We sit across the table from one another and we Google a search to their question. And it's amazing. Everything is available. So I try YouTube first because it's easy to visualize an answer, but there are loads of answers from Google and YouTube for any technology question you have.
And this takes place Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2?
It's from 1 to 2 unless it needs to go longer.
Right. And people just turn up and you help them as you can.
Yes, we used to go by appointment. This year we're trying this Tech Bar where it's just walk in. If you feel like you have a question that you need an answer to, see if we have it.
Right. Sort of like the Genius Bar at the Apple Store.
Yeah. We'd like to think so.
Now, Gary, I know that you've got some other interests that involve a group of 4 and 6 couples that you've been involved with Nina for a long time that provides some really interesting opportunities and experiences for you. Tell us about that.
I would have to give my wife credit for that because the ladies in our group, I would say we have 4 separate groups of friends. And the ladies have orchestrated a dinner group, or a gathering, if you will, so that we get together once a quarter. But since we have 3 or 4 groups and we rotate this, it seems like it's forever ongoing. Sometimes we take trips together, we have dinners, we play cards. It's just a terrific social event where we can maintain these lifelong relationships, and we look forward to it.
Yeah. You know, in my book, The 4 Phases of Retirement, what I discovered through research was that oftentimes people who retire suffer 5 great losses, one of which is a loss of relationships. And it seems that a lot of your activities, Gary, whether it be Bocce or whether it be helping others at the Tech Bar or whatever it might be, are an attempt to address that and to build those social relationships. Why is that so important in your estimation?
Well, I've really never given that consideration while it is a driving motivation. Our kids are running their own lives now. We love them dearly. One's on the East Coast, one's on the West Coast. Friends and family mean a lot to us. And this is a way that you can continue those kinds of relationships. And we're finding new friends, like-minded friends here every day that we're able to establish a new relationship with and build on. And it's just an awful lot of fun. And I think there's, like you said, the relationship is so important in our life that it's easy to do.
Sure. Well, we certainly see the result where people lose those relationships, and we know of depression and the elements of phase 2 that people find so difficult to deal with, where they've suffered these losses and have not been able to replace them, and they can become very isolated, and it can lead to all sorts of negative aspects to life. Gary, we're talking in this podcast series about squeezing all the juice out of retirement, and I believe you're certainly doing that. When you hear that phrase, though, what does it mean to you?
Well, as we get older, we become more perceptive of the good times and the bad times all around us. More often now than ever, we have family or friends who are fighting cancer or other physical and mental challenges. It causes us to actually think about how we might squeeze the most out of retirement. One thing becomes clear. We must be proactive to stay healthy so we have the opportunity to squeeze anything. If we're lucky enough to have good health, then it seems almost imperative that we take the initiative to sign up, join in, volunteer, and stay engaged in those activities that bring us enjoyment. We become the lucky ones. Even if our personalities were previously quiet or laid back, we really don't have to rewire to take advantage of all that is available in retirement. We do have to take the first step to sign up, join in, or volunteer. And if it seems uncomfortable to take that first step, the good news is that it gets easier and it becomes fun.
Easier and easier as we do more of it, for sure. Now, some people talk about saying that they don't want to retire, but they're determined to rewire. When you hear that phrase, what does that mean to you?
Well, I like the sound of the phrase, don't retire, rewire. But for me, retirement hasn't seemed to require rewiring. It would be easier to think in terms of don't isolate, congregate. The fun of retiring is not just doing more of the activities that you like to do all by yourself, but it's about participating with others and engaging with others at social events and activities. So by signing up, joining in, and volunteering, you begin to feel that you're getting more out of retirement. You're on the way to squeezing all the juice out of retirement.
Yeah. Now, you're doing a lot of things now. What plans do you have for the future? What are you up to going forward?
Wow. I'm doing a reasonably good job of staying healthy. However, I know there's a room for improvement. Our health is key to putting us in a position to squeeze the most out of retirement. We can't always dictate a healthy outcome, so we have to be proactive to control the portion of our health we can improve. Mm-hmm. There are so many of fun and interesting things to do in our community that our future plans include continuing to sign up, join in, and volunteer with friends to get the most enjoyment out of this terrific retirement lifestyle. I know that it will continue to include golf, bocce, iLife, committees, and so many social activities.
Thanks, Gary. I know you're going to try to keep that ball in the short grass. Thank you very much for sharing the ways in which you are certainly squeezing all the juice out of your retirement.
Thanks, Riley.
Many thanks. I hope you've enjoyed today's conversation and that you'll join us again next time as we help you squeeze all the juice out of retirement. I'm Riley Moynes. Bye for now.